Yeah, what's your question?
So the first question is about the bonus. Like this question says that the bonus is approved in the.
Which is the question? Which is from where? Which is from? Question bank?
No, it's a past question, but I want to ask
No, where is the question from?
the past year's class test.
Okay, past year's class test. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we'll see. This is your, let's go for your topic-wise notes. You are talking about bonus. Bonus is under employment income. Okay. So bonus, as I mentioned to you, bonus will be governed by Section 18 of ITPA 2003, which means that we are looking at
The total question don't.
yeah. So what is your question? Let's look at your question.
The total question.
Did I share this file with you? Is it there on my in the OneDrive list, or did you find it from somewhere else? Is this in the, you found it from somewhere else?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What's the question?
The total question don't tell us it's based on the cash base or the another base, but it says that the bonus is approved in the June 2024, and it was received on the.
Yeah.
So I want to ask if this question.
Yeah. So let's take this as an example. Let's write it
The
here.
bonus.
1 minute. Let's write it here. This is. Let's write it here as an example, since you're asking this question. Okay. What is the? So this is the discussion, the entire discussion of Section 18 of ITPA. Okay. Section 18, subsection 1. All right.
Yeah.
This is where we explained the 3 rules. The first 2 rules apply to non-director employees, and the third rule. Remember this discussion in the class?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is on video also, so please go and check it again. You have to follow this rule. Okay. So let's solve your problem by following this rule. Is that clear? Are you following? No, let's follow this let's solve your problem by following these rules. You remember these rules I discussed in the class in detail?
Yeah, I remember.
I overwrote the simple rules and said that okay, non-director employees and directors' bonuses. I must have discussed it in the class, or did I discuss it in a separate video? Maybe. Did I discuss it in a separate video? Why? All those people, you should remember this, right? I discussed it in the class, yes or no? Do you remember? You don't remember? How is it that you don't remember? Let's find out somebody else.
So it's
Chinran, do you remember I discussed this in the class? Do you remember? Yeah. Didn't I discuss this in the class? Okay, never mind. I must have discussed it, right?
You mean the receipt of the bonus or salaries?
Yeah, salaries and bonuses, and I discussed Section 18 of ITPA. I must have discussed this in the class, right? I remember discussing it in the class. Yeah? Yeah. I discussed all the 3 rules of ITPA, right? All the 3 rules, Rule 1, Rule 2, Rule 3.
Yeah,
I discussed it, right? So you guys have forgotten. So anyway, that's why we have the recordings. So you can play back the recording. So anyway, we'll solve your problem. Let's write down the information about your problem, okay? Let's put it as part of the notes, okay? Let's look at this one, determined. And so let's look at the example, okay? Example, Marie, okay? Your example is Marie? Example is Marie?
Yeah.
Okay, when she get the bone, and Marie is a director, okay? She's a director.
She's
Is that clear?
full-time director.
She's a director, okay, full-time director.
Yeah.
Okay, what is the bonus? Bonus, what is the amount of bonus? Amount of bonus is not relevant.
Bonus
But-
is
It's okay, whatever bonus is.
4,000.
Gross salary is a bonus of she paid through this thing, PAYE. She got a what? How much? 12,000,
Yeah,
right?
12,000.
Okay, so bonus equal to 12K. The amount is not important actually, but what is important is now what happens here? Bonus is 12K. Now, what happens? Now, this is the real important information. What is it, dear? The board of directors approved the bonus at the AGM on 1st June 24. Okay?
Yeah.
And the payment was made on 30th May 25. Okay, all right. AGM, okay, board of directors approves the bonus, okay, approves the bonus on what is the date? 30th June 2024, 1st of June.
Yeah.
On 1st
Of
June
2024.
24. I write it like this, okay? Is this clear if I write it like this? Is the date clear? 1st June 24? Yeah?
Yeah.
2024? Okay.
The receipt.
But Marie receives payment on what is the date in 2025? April. April? Is it April? 30th May. 30th May. Okay. 30 May 25. Okay.
Yes.
Is this clear? Okay. Now let's go and read the rules. Okay. So since everybody can pay attention here,
Okay.
Hazel, you can also look at this example since you have forgotten the fact that I discussed this in the class. So you can now you see the example here. You see the information in the example. Now you don't have to look at her file. You can just look at my file. Anything else that is relevant? Only this is relevant, right? You want to figure out where the bonus should be taken,
Yeah.
in which year, okay?
Yeah, yes.
So, and what is the question asking you to do? Let me just show me the question. They're asking you to calculate the tax for which year? Which tax year? Let's tell me the tax year.
24.
24-25.
Yeah.
Okay. Bonus to include question mark to include or not to include in okay, for tax year 24-25. 24-25 is that the question?
24-25.
Huh?
24-25.
24-25. Okay.
Yes.
24-25. Okay. 24-25 means what? 24-25 means 1st April 21st, no, not 1st April, 6th April 24 to 5th April 25.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So now we have to see the rules. Okay?
Yeah.
So now let's go to the rules. The rules are given and you have to study it at this level of complication. Okay? This is all in your notes file. Okay?
Okay.
That's why I have made all these different notes files, because there's so many things to explain.
Yeah.
Right? So it's all there in your notes file. You don't have to take any of these notes. Now, so the section that we use to mention here, just look at the whole section writing, okay? Non-director employees and directors' bonuses and earnings. You can find a summary of this on page 92, but it's better to look at the section because page 92 is not properly structured, okay? Page 92 of the textbook, which is Melville. Page 92 means there's a 16-page offset here. Page 92 means I have to add 16, which is 102 and 108. That's your page 92, okay? Page 91, page 92. Melville has not structured it properly, but I'll map it again once again, okay? All right, so let's go through the rules. The rules are actually given in section. So basically what is this? That the strict rule is actually receiving that income, okay? So essentially the whole thing is grounded in receipt, okay? The special rule for directors, the rules will differ. Let's look at this one, okay? Let's look at this law section that will make things sense. So the basic idea in the taxation of employment income, the basic idea is receipt, The basic idea is receipt. We go by when the earnings are received. Okay. Now the question is, normal understanding of receipt. What do you mean by receive? You and I understand that until I get it in my hand, I did not receive it, right?
Yeah.
Either it comes into my bank accounts or you give me the cash, then I can say I received it. That's a normal understanding, okay? But what this section does is that it actually expands the concept of receipt. It gives a very elaborate definition to the concept of receipt so that it becomes much broader than what we normally understand by receipt. Like I get it in my hand or you pay it into my bank account, okay? So now what is that expanded concept of receipt that is coming up here in this section, okay? The section has 3 rules, okay? So you see the nature of the meaning of, you see deemed receipt. Deemed receipt. Now why? Deemed receipt means it's not actually received in the way that we understand it, but we are going to assume that it was received. And as soon as it is received, it will become taxable, because that's the general principle in employment income. It is taxed when it is received, not when it is earned. Okay? It may have been earned for the previous tax year, but if it is deemed to be received in this tax year, it will be taxed in this tax year. Okay? So what is this elaborate rules for receipt? Okay? Which is here. Okay, so which so section 18, rule 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so rule 1 and 2 were applying for the non-director employees, and rule 3 will apply if the employee is a director of a company. Okay, so it's an employee is a director, and this one is 1 and 2 is for non-director employees. So for non-director employees, the rule is, so if you get information that the person is not a director, that means it's a non-director employee. Okay, so in that case, we have to look at what is the time when the payment is made, and when is the time that the person becomes entitled to the payment. Okay, this is the language of the section. So we have to take the earlier of the two. Okay, in these two. This is for non-director employees. So either payment is made is very clear. The money is paid. Okay, payment is made. Or the second is becomes entitled means maybe there is some kind of declaration like this example of AGM, right? Maybe there's some board of directors that determined that Hazel has done a very good job this year, so we will pay her a money. So maybe in like June of the date which is given in 24, in June 24 they are already deciding that Hazel has done a very good job, so we will give her a £10,000 bonus. Okay, I remember mentioning this because in the class I gave the example of Sylvia getting a 10,000 bonus. So I discussed this in the class. So the board has already determined in the tax year that they will give the bonus in 2024 itself. Okay, which means it's in the 23-24 tax year. Okay, but it belongs to, so the bonus is for the work done in the 23-24 tax year. Okay. So although that is the case, that in this case we will say that she became entitled to the payment because the board has already determined at the AGM, okay, that she received the payment. Okay, so therefore in this case, so that she will get the payment. So she became entitled. So then we will put the tax year. But maybe that if payment is not made until 30th of May. But we have some information in the question which says that she became entitled to the payment because the board decided that they will pay her, or there is some contract terms that she has which gives the information that if the company makes so much money, we will give you 5% sales commission or something like that. If you make so much money, we'll give you 5% sales commission, right? So once your sales are registered, you become entitled to the payment based on your contract term. So you have to look at the situation, okay? Is this clear?
Yeah.
Now your question is for director. For director, we have, can you ask them to be a little quiet? I know the class is over. Can you be a little bit quiet here? Sybil, who's there? Just be a little bit quiet so that we don't, just little bit, okay? We are explaining certain things. So I know your class is over, but okay, rule number 3. Rule number 3 has 3 parts. Is for a director, okay? It's a directors, okay? So when you have a director, there are 3 parts, which is basically you can mention section 18, subsection 1, and rule 3, if you can remember it, A, B, and C, okay? So we have to look at 3 things, and we take the earliest of the 3.
Okay.
We take the earliest of the 3. When the earnings are credited in the company's accounts.
So can I understand the special rule is for us to count the bonus at the earliest date of the bonus.
Yeah, it's always the earliest of the various events. So what are they doing is they're just taking the normal concept of receipt and using section 18 they're expanding the concept of receipt, and they're defining receipt in the way that they're defining various events, the various events which are being defined by the various rules, and they're asking you to take the earliest of these events to will be the date of receipt. This is clear? This is the basic structure. Okay? So here, now look at this here. Rule 3, A, B, and C. The A is what? The earnings are credited in the company's accounts. So you can go back and play back the video. I did the detailed example.
Yeah.
Earnings are credited in the company's accounts means they're making an entry like say credit bonus payable to Hazel and then debit bonus expense. But the money is not paid to Hazel. We put some condition. Hazel is a director, so she can control a lot of things in the company. So she's saying that don't pay me the bonus in this year because I think next year tax rates will drop. So you pay it to me next year, then it will be taxed in the next year. But the tax department is too clever. They don't want to allow that. So if they see any situation like they make a credit entry in the company's accounts, bonus payable to Hazel, credit bonus payable to Hazel, and debit bonus expense, that's it. If that event happens, it's the earliest off. See, earliest off. Everything is earliest off. That means that if this crediting is done in the previous tax year, then it will get taxed in the previous tax year because this is the earliest of the dates. Okay.
Yeah.
I also have an example. I think in your calc file.
Yeah.
Topic.
I
This is topic
understand it.
3, right? Yeah. See. I did this example. See, all these examples. All this. You guys have all forgotten. Okay. Look at this now. This is something. What happens? Rule 3A. Rule 3A is what? The company earnings are credited in the company's accounts.
Okay.
Is this clear?
Yeah.
This entry is passed. Rule 3A. So 15 December. Let's say 15 December. Okay. And we are talking about tax year 24-25 as an example. Okay.
Okay.
So let's say this is due for the tax year 24-25. So 15 December, this thing happens. This event happens. The earnings are credited in the company's accounts. So we make a note of that date, 15 December. Okay. Then we find out something else. Rule 3AB, Rule 3B, not Rule 3A, but Rule 3B. Now, if the amount of the earnings for the period is determined, B and C are very similar, but there is a slight difference. Okay. If the amount of the earnings for a period is determined by the end of the period, then the date to be taken is the time when the period ends. Okay. So here's I've given the example of Rule 3B. Okay. Why is Rule 3B given here? Okay. So this is how Rule 3B is applied.
I understand
So
it.
in Rule 3B, what is happening is that the amount is determined. And what is the meaning of determined? I've explained it here. Determined basically means that the amount becomes clear.
Yeah.
Okay. So you read the notes carefully. You'll see I have explained everything in detail.
Okay.
Determined broadly means in the law that the amount becomes clear. Okay.
Yeah, I
So
understand.
does the amount become clear by the end of the period? So the period here is referring to the period. Period means here the period to which, let's say, the period is referring to the period. Let me explain this. Okay, it's not part of the statute. The period for which, or during which, or let's say for which the bonus was earned. Okay.
Okay.
So we are saying that we are paying the money to Hazel for her work done in the tax year 24-25.
Okay.
Is this clear?
I
The
totally
period.
understand it.
You understand everything now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
So now let me finish this example once again. So B, by the rule number B, what happened was on 31st December, the board has already finalized that we are paying this bonus to Hazel.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
They've already finalized. They fixed the money also. They fixed 10,000.
Yeah.
But by Rule 3B, that date will not be 31st December because 31st December is falling in the period to which the bonus applies.
Yeah.
Okay? So it will be the end of the period.
Yeah.
That's why 5th April.
Yeah.
Is this clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So 5th April 25 actually. This one, 5th April 25.
Yeah.
And then lose rule 3 is if the amount of the earnings for the period is not determined until after the period is ended, that is 5th of April 2025.
Yeah.
Okay, then it will be the time when the amount of is determined. So
Yeah.
by rule 3C, we take another date. Maybe take 15th of July. Okay. So
Okay.
maybe 15th of July is when it is determined. See, this is falling under tax year 24-25. Okay, and this is falling under tax year 25-26. Okay, so on 15th of July 2025, they finally make the determination that Hazel should get a certain amount of money for her work done in the year 24-25.
Yeah.
But because it is for the year 24-25, it is falling under Rule C because it is for 24-25, but the amount is not determined until after the period has ended. Because the amount is determined in 15 July 25, so it is after the end of the period to which the earning applies.
Yeah.
Is this clear?
Clear.
Okay, so we set up the dates like this. Now let's apply this rule. It's a complicated rule, but now let's apply it to your example, which is quite a simple example.
Yeah.
What is your simple example? Marie, okay?
Yeah.
So the bonus relates to the bonus relates to when did she get the bonus? So she gets the bonus. Did they say give you the date? Yeah, 1st June 24. So let's assume the bonus relates to the tax year 24-25.
Yeah.
Okay. The bonus relates, so we assume that bonus to year 24-25. Okay.
Yeah.
Now what happens? Board of Directors approves the bonus on 1st of June 2024, which is falling in the tax year 24-25.
So it's
okay.
entitled to the
Yeah.
power
So
to-
approves the bonus means that the bonus is determined.
Yeah.
If you approve something, that means you know already what the amount is.
Yeah.
Okay, so the amount is determined. Okay, read the definition of determined I've given, which means that it is falling under Rule 3. So Section 18(1), subsection 1, Rule 3, subclause B. It is falling under subclause B. Do you follow?
Yeah.
You must learn to lead. It may seem very difficult,
Yeah.
but this is a very important training for you as accountants. As accountants, you have to become very comfortable with reading the legislation.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So this is good training, although it seems like I'm overcomplicating it, but it is good training for you in the long term. Okay.
Okay.
So is this clear now? It's falling under Rule 3B. Do
Totally
you understand?
clear. Yeah. Yeah.
So that means what will happen? To solve your question, to solve your problem, yes, it will now. It will not be which is we are looking at 24-25. Yes, although it is being paid on 30th May
Yeah.
25. This is outside this tax year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, payment is outside this tax year, but for Marie's Marie's tax calculation for the year 24-25, this bonus will be included in that year.
Yeah, I
because it was covered under, it was deemed to be received. It was deemed to be received on 1st of June
Okay.
by the application of Rule 3B. By the application of Rule 3B of subsection 18, Section 18, subsection 1.
Yeah,
Is this
yeah,
clear?
yeah. So-
Have you followed the full logic?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So I'm telling you, I gave you a long answer to your short question.
Yeah.
But it is important to understand the whole logic.
yeah.
But with the answer that I've given you, now you can understand any such problem.
yeah.
You can solve any such problem.
We have so many problems.
So we have so
Okay.
many problems.
Tell me, what is the problem?
And for this question, in the WeChat group, I asked you about the layoff. It is he was made
Redundant.
redundant.
Okay. Oh, that will become under. Okay, now I understand layoffs. Now you're talking about. We had discussed statutory redundancy pay. Remember?
Yeah, in the
SRP.
week 3.
SRP.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah.
In the
What is this?
um,
Where is this? 1 minute. 1 sec.
uh,
Sorry. Go back to the question again. Go back to the
Okay,
question.
okay.
It's an old question.
I have questions about this, and I have.
Yeah. So redundancy is going to be covered by statutory redundancy pay. Okay.
Yeah.
Which for this year I think is still at 30,000. Look at your notes. Look at your. 1 sec. This will be covered by. I'm sure it's 1,000, but this is falling under employment income. So let's look at topic 3. So let's look at topic 3. Marks slides topic 3. Okay. So here somewhere there is statutory redundancy pay. We have to figure that out. Yeah, termination. Here. Slide 14. Okay, here. What's your English name?
Haley.
Haley.
Yeah.
Haley.
Hailey.
Oh, Hailey. Okay, Haley. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I understand.
you got this slide number?
Yeah.
Topic 3, slide 14.
Yeah. I got
This is
it.
going to be 30,000 of SRP is exempt.
I want to
What's
ask.
the question?
Is the termination payments and the
She want to ask. You can see
the top slides. I calculate it as 5,450.
No, one minute. I'm not clear about what you're asking. Show me the full question first.
Okay.
Show me the question first, and then ask or at least the part of the question where you have the problem. So this is why you are asking about layoffs. Yeah, okay. So that relates to statutory redundancy pay.
It is this.
Yeah, so in
conditions.
connection with her redundancy, she got 3.3450, okay?
Yeah.
Of statutory. Let's do this problem in your thing, in your calc file. This is under employment income, okay? So let's do SRP, and this is slide, what is it? Slide 14. Slide 14, right? Slide 14, SRP. Okay, now what's the problem? Here she got how much? SRP, she got 3450.
Yeah, 3450.
Okay, so SRP, this is from which year? We can give the reference of the problem also. What is the problem reference? Which year is the question from? No. Elaine is which? Is it from the question bank?
No.
It's from last year's questions?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Elaine. Okay. So SRP Elaine. Okay. Let me just write Elaine here. All right. Okay. So what happens? So how much did she get in SRP? She got her SRP is
SRP is
3450. 3450. I'm not sure whether that year also, because this is not from the current year. The current year's SRP is 30,000. Most likely that year also the figure was 30,000. Let's assume that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the SRP is 30,000. What is it? Up to 33 discretionary ex gratia payments together with SRP are exempt from income tax up to 30,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so we got the limit of 30,000. Let's keep that. We are going to need that for our working, right?
Yeah.
That's our limit. Okay. SRP limit. Now she got 3450. Now what's it? What is the other information?
Holiday, irrespective occurrence holiday was not taken.
Which was not taken. Okay.
10,
Elaine received
10K.
3450 Saturday.
10,000.
1600 in praise of accrued holiday which was not taken prior to her departure. 10,000 as a payment in lieu of notice. Pylon, as you see here. Pylon. Okay. Now this is here. Pylon is here. See pylon.
Yeah.
Pylon is not exempt. Okay. Fully
Yeah.
taxable. Okay. Now the main principle here is that anything to which she is contractually entitled. Okay. Read the Melville section on this. Read the Melville section on this also. So that I'll tell you the general principle here. The general principle here is if it is something to which you are contractually entitled under your employment contract,
It should be
okay,
taxed.
it will be taxed.
Yeah.
Because the idea of taxation is to tax the earned income, okay,
Okay.
which is, but that's why you see that ex gratia payments.
Yeah.
Ex gratia payments means out of grace,
Yeah.
okay. I'm such a nice person that you don't deserve all this.
Yeah.
But you are not entitled to all this, but I'm such a nice person that out of my grace, I'm giving you additional 5,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Do you understand? That is ex gratia. So that means it's not based on the work you did. So it's not earned income. So therefore, we will give you the relief. Okay? So ex gratia payments are exempt up to 30,000. But generally any kind of payment made on the basis of your work done, your contractual obligations, okay,
Yeah.
performance of that is not, or your contractual rights, that will generally be taxable, okay, and pylon is also taxable.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see what she has. She's got pylon of, her pylon is how much?
Pylon is 10K.
10K, okay.
Yes.
So she got 10K of pylon. Then she got something on accrued
and,
leave.
Yeah,
Accrued leave.
holiday.
Accrued holiday, okay.
Yeah.
1600, right?
Yeah.
1600 is the accrued holiday. Accrued means automatically it gives you. Now for this, I would suggest you also, let's look at the Melville text on this point. Okay, so for Melville text, let's go to this one, maybe let's go to this one here. Melville text, I need to go to my 8 page. Okay, and this is employment income is, I think it starts from 8. Yeah, income from employment, this is benefits in kind. This will be chapter 7. So let's go to page 89 of Melville. 89 means we have, I think 105. Yeah, would be 105 is the 89. Yeah, 89. Yeah, 88, 89. Let's try and look for this language here. Let's try and find out the statutory redundancy pay language, and I'm sure that you will have this. Okay, so we have a lot of this. We have here approved mileage allowance, deductible expenses. 1 minute. Yeah. Okay, so remember these kind of questions, these kind of things.
然后接下来那个 compensation， 它有一部分是法定的，法定的会导致它那个3万的。
Yeah, here's your point. Termination payments, okay?
一次性的赔偿金要减去那个剩下的额度，剩下的这个。
Payments made on death, payments or injury or disability, lump or registered pay, fully taxable.
So Professor, I understand it. So the accrued holiday that's not.
Yeah. So you see this language. That's why I said always read the textbook also. Yeah. Sorry. Come again. What are you saying? No. What is the question actually? Any other information we need to note?
The notice and the holiday. I know it should be taxed.
Yeah.
And the statutory redundancy.
SRP.
Yeah, SRP.
SRP is exempt.
It should be calculated the lift allowance and the compensation, the big compensation.
No, give me the full information. You're not giving me the full information. Show me what else is there. You are adding all these numbers. I didn't
means
see.
the
Okay, 3450 I know is SRP.
Yeah.
Okay. And
30,000. The extra payment is.
Pylon is not going to be included. Pylon is not considered. Okay.
Yeah.
And what is it? It is payment as it's set out in her contract. Okay. You watch out for this language.
The non-contract is
additional
32K.
non-contractual ex gratia payment.
Yeah.
Ex gratia will be exempt up to the
I
SRP limit. Okay.
Yes,
So let's add this.
I understand it.
Well, show me the ex gratia. You show me the figure first. I am also trying to do this problem.
Okay,
Where is the
okay.
figure? What is the ex gratia payment? 32K.
32K.
Okay. So let's add this. No, let's do it properly. Okay. Ex gratia here.
So,
Ex gratia. So let me show you what is allowed and what is not allowed. And then the accrued leave. Okay, this is accrued leave. This will be not allowed. Okay. Ex gratia is how much? 12K. Is it 12K?
32K.
32K.
so
32K.
so,
Okay, this is allowed. Okay. Now, yeah. What is any other item?
No.
That's all, right?
That's all.
Okay. So again, watch out for this language. As set out in her contract. Okay.
Yeah.
So set out on a contract means it is part of your contractual. It's earned income. So that will be taxed. You understand?
You say it is exempt. The 32K is exempt from the.
Yeah, because 32K is ex gratia.
Yes,
It's
it's
not.
extra gratia, but the limit is 30K.
Yeah. So we are
So-
coming to that. So
Okay.
what is your? So what happens is now we have to see how much is exempt. What is exempt and what is not. 3450 is SRP.
Yeah.
Okay. This one and this one is.
So the SRP and accrued leave should be taxed, and
I don't know if the Chinese system also is the same, right? If it is good or is allowed, you put green.
Okay.
And if it is not allowed, you put red. Now sometimes because in Chinese red means good, so it may be the other way around. But anyway, so you can see that. Okay, so this SRP is allowed.
yeah,
Okay,
SRP is
and this is allowed.
Yeah.
But the limit is only 30,000.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, so how much will be allowed? First, you deduct from the SRP from the limit.
So
You
should
deduct
be,
the
yeah, plus-
SRP.
plus
Okay.
SRP.
SRP. Then you deduct the
Ex
gratia payment, okay?
Yeah.
But you first you deduct this and do it this way, okay? First you deduct this, that leaves you 26,550, okay?
Yeah.
Out of that. So that means what will
yes,
happen is that the taxable part of the ex gratia payment,
Yeah.
okay,
It should
will
be
be the taxable part of the ex gratia payment will be
32K
this one
plus-
minus
Yeah.
this one.
Minus.
Okay, so this one will be
Top list.
taxable ex gratia payment.
Yeah.
Is this clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now it's clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, so we are following slide number, 14 in week 3. Discretionary ex gratia and SRP are exempt up to 30,000, yes.
I understand this. I want to ask you the SR the taxable X is
Exclusion.
the number we calculated it.
It is in your first, 545.
Yeah. I want to because we just
怎么了
除以怎么说？
？Divided. 除以是 divided.
除以
Divided.
Yeah. We just do it with the NSI first and then SI then DI. So in the
我帮你问，
你帮我问。
你想问什么？你想问这个是要单独处理是吗？
不是，我是想问他正常的逻辑不是应该先处理 NSI DI 吗？
哦
那我剩下的这个是不是应该放在 SI 后面处理？
哦，she wanted to ask this compensation because it is shown in a separate line. She
Okay.
wants to ask the 5450 should be calculated at which rate?
Oh, the 5450 is the taxable ex gratia income. So this should go under NSI.
So
Where did you get this working from? Is it given to you, or you made it? You found it somewhere?
I found it somewhere. It's in the.
Okay, so it should be part of NSI because
So-
it is your employment income.
Is the answer? You give it
a separate
separate.
Okay,
column.
it's taken as a separate category. Okay, so we have not seen that. Okay, so this is so this is not from what I have given you. This is from maybe last year's answers or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
You
yeah.
got it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Oh, this is from the ACCA papers. This is for the solution to the ACCA papers.
So we
Okay.
should
Alright.
just add this, add the 5450
So-
to the NSI. and
Yeah, it is a part of your
calculate
NSI because it is part of your. I mean, you can keep it as a separate category also, but
So we can use this one.
yeah, there is.
plus
I think
this
there is
one
some information.
to-
1 minute. Let's look at this. There is some information. It is treated as a separate category because you see that there is an example of Priyanka. Look at the example of Priyanka. It is added now. That's why they're following this. Okay, they're following this because remember, Hazel, this is the question where you had asked this question of selectively applying the
the PA.
personal allowance,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So we don't need to go into all this compensation. So if there is a case of, because you have already a format, and this one is actually referred to in the slides. If you look at the slides, here there is a reference to example 4, Melville. Okay, page 96, which is actually off by 2 pages. It's actually page 98. Page 98 here. See, this is a example of Priyanka here. So that's why it's like this. So yeah, you just follow the pro forma given in Melville. In that case, you show the compensation separately. Okay, but strictly speaking, it's non-savings income. But in the UK tax
一
system,
样的，其实是一样的。
So we can
一样的，相当于你把这块儿的最后那一部分放到这里，只是把它换了个位置，但它实际上都是在一个。
那这个40%。
here, see, the information is already given in the Melville. This is treated as the top slice of income. That's why they're not including. When I said it's non-savings income, in the sense that logically it is non-savings income. Okay? But that way, even dividend income is actually non-savings income. But in the UK tax system, they have a separate column for it. And the information is given in the Melville already. That's why I said read the book carefully.
So what is
The exempt part, the remaining part of the ex gratia income is treated as the top slice of income. Top slice means it will be taxed the last, at the end. Top slice means it will be taxed at the end, even after dividends.
Okay.
But in this case, they have applied the PA in a very clever manner, which I said we don't need to worry about that. For the exam, we don't need to worry
the
about
rate
that.
is similar like the NSI.
But it is top slice.
Yeah, top slice for this question.
Yeah, so this question, they are applying it as a, so this rule is already given. So in this case, since Melville has already given you the rule, you treat it, it is, technically it is part of NSI. So what is the question now? So in this case, obviously, since there's a format in the Melville, you follow this format.
Okay.
You follow this format, okay?
Okay.
Except that you don't need to cleverly allocate the PA to minimize your tax liability.
Okay.
That is just a privilege that is given to you, but you are not required to use it. As long as your answer is consistent and you don't make, based on your assumptions, your calculation should be correct.
Okay.
Is this clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
那如果它的额度超过了第二档的话，在最后处理就把它放第三档，就
对对对，它永远都放在最后面。
Thank you.
Okay, got it? Okay, now what are you have a couple of emails, right?
Yes.
You also have a question? Okay. So, okay, let's go with Hazel's question first, yeah.
Okay.
So your question, let's go to your emails, yeah?
Okay, okay.
Yeah, then we can just open your emails and then we can see the questions. Okay, 1 minute. Let me just go to the email. You don't have to bring anything since we already have everything here. Okay, so let's take your first question, okay? The classification of annual payments. Where this is coming from? Relieved or used to extend the deducted, okay? Only patent royalties. Now this is actually following under. Oh, you have to do some lecture here.
No, just I would like to ask a simple question, just
Yeah.
1 minute.
Yeah.
I want to ask if the test will have like some questions further than the question bank will cover. Like if I do every.
Oh, yeah, you can have. Oh, so you are also part of our class. I remember last time
Yeah.
you were doing the special lecture. I thought you were some outside person. No, you're part of our class. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that question is more. Yeah, you have to be prepared for any kind of question. You can't cover everything in the question bank. You can't cover everything in the slides. That's why I'm telling you to read the Melville book. It's very important. Because you see this one, like, I had also forgotten this part actually. So now that Haley asked this question, now we have this thing coming up, which I remembered now here, that except the taxable part of the ex gratia payment will be treated as the top slice of income. This is not mentioned anywhere in the slides. Do you understand? It's not mentioned anywhere in the slides. So you have to read the Melville as much as possible.
Okay, but if I just want to like practice, will the question bank will be enough?
Yeah, so obviously whatever is given to you as a question bank, you have to finish that, and then you keep on studying more. Okay? Okay? But first you start with whatever we have given you, the slides and the relevant, whenever the slide is mentioning a topic. So here, like for instance, how do we study with the slide and the Melville together, right? So in the slide, we see that there is a discussion of termination payments. We see in the slides there's a discussion of termination payments. That means the topic is important. So then we go to Melville and look at the section on termination payments so that we can get the full information on this topic, on this subtopic. Is this clear?
Yeah, but I mean, it's really hard for us to remember.
That's
everything,
okay. So that's okay. 1 minute.
I just want to make sure
the
that
1 hour is not enough.
1 minute. Just listen to me. 1 minute. So I understand that there's a lot of subtopics to cover, okay? So that's why I'm saying you start with the material given to you. You use the slides as a guide as to what is important, okay? So the slide, there are certain topics you'll find mentioned in the subtopics mentioned in the Melville which are not covered that much in the slides. That means that's not important for us, okay? Okay? So use the slides as an indication of what is important. And then when you come to a topic like, say, termination payments, but make sure that the topics which are covered in the slides, okay? Listen here, Haley, all of you listen to this, okay? That when you go by the slides, the subtopics covered in the slides are the indication of what is important, okay? And then when you're covering that subtopic, then you should also refer to the Melville. Because this information that actually the point that Haley was asking about, The taxable part of the termination, yeah, this part. This line was, I had also forgotten temporarily about this line. This information is not there in the slides. Okay, so you have to read the Melville for all the important topics, and the important topics you can see from the what is covered in the slides. Okay, so when you cover termination payments, make sure you read the Melville also, so that you know that it is treated as the top slice, so it has got a separate column. It has a separate column for itself. Okay, now as far as your problem is concerned, I understand that it's not possible to remember so many things. Okay. So that's okay. I mean, nobody's going to, bite you if you don't answer a 100% perfect answer. But whatever you can remember is good enough, right? So whatever you try to do your best. You try to do your best, and whatever you see, whatever you can remember. Is this clear?
But the exam time is not enough for
Yeah,
to do
too
all
short,
this calculation
yeah.
because
That's
that
okay.
is-
You don't worry. Whatever you can do, you do. So
What about we fail?
you don't have to worry. No. You will not fail. You will not fail. If you do so much work, you will not fail. If you put in maximum effort for your 1 hour in the class, in the exam hall, if you put in maximum effort, you will not fail. Okay? The fail only happens for people who walk out after 10 minutes or 15 minutes, they just give up and walk out. If you put in a solid effort throughout your 1 hour exam, you will not fail. Definitely you will not fail. And if you've already studied a little bit. Okay, now these are general things. I understand you're anxious about all these things, but we have to focus on specific problems. So it's just clear. Now I can't spend more time on this very general. I understand the problem.
Okay.
It's understandable, and I've already given you the direction. You don't worry about all that. You just do a proper job. Make the full use of your time. Okay? Study as hard as you can, whatever you can maximize, whatever you can remember, and then you do your best in the exam, and that will be good enough. You will not fail. Don't worry.
Okay, but sometimes just they're too theoretical, and I need to like practice in.
You have to practice. Practice is everything.
So I want to know if the question bank is enough for
At
practice.
least do the question bank. Like then Haley has dug up some questions, right? Then you can do. Haley is doing additional work. She has dug up some additional questions from the last year's. So-
I finished practice all the 30 questions, but I
Now she's doing additional work. So you do also the same thing. Once you finish, first you finish your question bank, and then if you have more time, then you do what she's doing.
So I think that there are so many new knowledges not included in the question bank.
So many?
No, just
Yeah,
some-
that's true. Everything cannot be included
Yeah,
because the
yeah.
subject is vast. Okay, so don't worry about it. See, you just do your best. You first start with the slides. Refer to the Melville when you're covering the topics in the slides. Do the question bank questions. If you have additional time, like what Haley has done, you dig up some additional question answers which are done. If you have additional time. If you don't have time, that's fine. Even if you do all the question banks properly, you should not fail. You should do quite well. Okay? Do you understand? Okay, so don't worry so much. I understand that you're anxious about all this, but don't worry about all that. Your job is to do your best. Just think about it. It's a good practice for life also, actually. You can't worry about all these things because nobody knows what will happen tomorrow, okay? So you can't worry about these things. The main thing in life is to focus on what can you control, okay? What you can control is that, okay, when you have free time, you don't waste your free time. You spend it properly and doing some maximum study, okay? That's what you can control. So you just focus on what you can control.
Okay.
What will happen in the exam and what question will come, some vague question might come. You can't control all that, so don't worry your brain about all this stuff, which you can't control. Is that clear?
Okay.
Focus on what you can control and try to do your best.
Okay, sure.
Is that clear?
Question
Yeah.
bank is also
Thank you.
Huh? Sorry?
the question bank is also too much.
That's okay, but too much is not acceptable. See, you're a student, you're here to get a degree, you have to work really hard. So the too much concept, yes, I agree, it looks like too much, but you can never accept that for yourself. There's nothing is too much. Okay?
And
You have to
we only
do.
have 2 days,
Huh?
no more than 2 days to the class test. So if we have a limited time, which questions is more
No, but
important
I've already given you enough rules. Okay, now let's deal with a specific question. These are all very general questions. Okay, let's deal with the Hazel has specific questions. Okay, now these are all general questions. Hazel, come, let's do your specific questions. She also has questions. Okay, what is the question?
Whether
Because see, I don't want to spend so much time on these general questions. I understand your anxiety, but I've already given you the formula. It's a general formula for life also. It'll help you. Whenever you have anxiety about some things, because most of the things we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, okay? Nobody knows. So there's so much to be anxious about. Don't waste your mental energy being anxious about things. It's natural.
She want to ask is
1
the
minute,
question.
let me finish giving you the lecture first.
Yeah.
Okay? This is important because you're also worried about all this, okay? Which is, generally, I'm telling you as a general principle in life, there are many things. It's natural for you to be anxious, okay?
Yeah.
It's a human thing to be anxious, but you have to manage it. You have to manage it by focusing on things you can control, okay? Things which you cannot control, there's no point wasting your time worrying about it because you can't control it anyway. Do you understand? You focus your energy on things you can control and do your best. That's all you can do. There's nothing more you can do. Do you understand?
Yeah.
At least if you do your best, you don't have a regret.
Yeah.
Do you understand? That, oh, I could have studied a little bit more, I could have got some more marks, but I was wasting my time during the first half of the semester. I was watching my WeChat in the class when the teacher was teaching. So then you have a regret, oh, I could have paid attention in the class. Don't have a regret. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Is this clear? Okay, this is also very important because you're anxious. These things will help you. If you follow my advice, it'll help you in the future. Okay, let's go to her question.
She want to ask the question. The question type like NIC will be included in this class test.
Now, NIK is not included. NIC
is not included.
NIC is not
and
included.
ITSA.
ITSA.
ITSA is of course included because ITSA is what we have been doing from the topic 1 itself. ITSA is the topic 1 itself.
Okay.
ITSA.
All this stuff that you did, you know, the property income, and you did all these formats and the pro formas for setting up the NSI, SI, DI, that's all ITSA,
So the
income tax self-assessment.
NIC will be excluded in this exam, and this week's knowledge is also excluded.
This one is also included.
Okay.
Your exam topics are basically your topic 1, topic 2 is also not included.
Okay.
Topic 2 will come in the final exam. Your exam topic is basically topic 1, topic 3, and topic 4. And of course, topic 5, ITSA. ITSA is actually nothing but topic 1.
Okay.
ITSA is essentially topic 1. Only the NICs are not included. The NICs are not included.
Taxable
Income
taxable self-assessment.
self-assessment.
Huh?
ITS.
Yeah, ITSA. This is all ITSA. When you do all these calculations, it's all ITSA.
So it is that's the
We only need to
All this is ITSA.
Yeah, oh, okay. We got it.
we
Income
only need
tax
to
self-assessment.
Remember the dates, the deadline dates.
Deadline dates plus all this format is all ITSA. Some topic 1. So ITSA is a repeat of topic 1. ITSA just means income tax self-assessment. So that means whenever you're doing this pro forma, setting out how much I made in NSI, how much I made in DI, how much I made in SI, then doing the calculation, okay, this 37.7, 20% on this, 40% on this, it's all ITSA. Because you're doing the assessment of...
So the content in last class, week 5, is not included in the.
No, can't say that because only the NICs are not included. But anything else in the week 5, which is whatever is there in the revision material in week 5, the payment dates and all that, okay? Mostly I repeat, but you should include it. You should include
So
it.
what about the POA? Will
Yeah, POA, you have to remember all that, POA.
it is also included in the.
Yeah, you can say that it's, well, basically it's, you can say that it's part of the set because otherwise you will not be able to split up the points. Okay? Yeah, you should remember the POA, payment dates. Okay? Payment dates and return filing dates and payment dates you must remember.
And the rate we also need to remember.
Huh?
those rates, like
Like the
30
class 1, class
penalty
1,
and
2,
fines.
1A.
Which one? What rate?
The penalties and
Penalty.
Oh, penalties, okay. Penalties. Okay. Penalties you can leave out for the exam, I think. Penalties you can leave out. Because I already told you the penalties are secondary priority. In the class, if you remember, I told you the penalties are second priority. Right?
Okay.
Penalties are second priority.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, is it all done now?
Yes.
Okay.
She's done.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
All right. What are the... Okay, so I need to learn some of the names also. So let me, all those people who are discussing, let me use this opportunity to add the names. But anyway, you'll remember that I'll take it from Hazel later on. Okay. Okay, so, okay, go, now let's go to Hazel's questions. So your first question was on classification. Now I had it down somewhere here. Okay, the classification. Okay, so this is, I think, is coming from topic 1 roughly. Is it roughly from topic 1? I think this is very high level of detail. You don't need to worry about this so much. Okay. Payment is relieved and deducted from total income. So the only thing I'll tell you here to understand is that there are, like, if you take the example of pensions, you can understand from the concept of pensions. Okay, like there are 2 types of pensions.
Personal and occupational.
Yeah. So personal and occupational. The personal pension is called relieved at source.
So we
The
deduct
person pension is relieved at source, which means that it is treated as having been paid net of 20% tax. And that will, whenever it is relieved at source, it will lead to extension of the tax bands.
so it is just like the gift aid, personal pension.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
So, and then the occupational pension is what is called deducted from total income. What you're saying here, this language, okay, maybe not the perfect language, but I understand what you're saying broadly. So broadly, what happens in occupational pensions? In the case of occupational pension, that is called a net pay arrangement. So if you look at your slide, topic 1 slides, you'll find somewhere here. Pensions will come at the end, I think. It's right at the end. Okay? Let me just look at the pension. Let me just look at the breakdown here. Well, here's the pensions right at the end. So maybe it's towards the end, 81 or 80 or something like that. See, okay, all these things are very important. Okay, which is EIS, SEIS. You have to memorize these things. I already told you this. Okay. Yeah, pension contribution here. See, registered pension. Here. Okay, registered occupational pension scheme. Okay, so in this case, what happens is that here, look at this. These are okay. There's a contribution, says pension contributions. Yeah. So these are the 2 types. This is what you need to remember, basically.
So this is the occupational pension.
Yeah, that is a net pay arrangement. Okay. So basically, what will happen is that it doesn't get included in your taxable income.
So
This
it is like
this
a
net pay, yeah, it's not included in your taxable income.
Okay.
Okay, so that is given as a deduction in your taxable income. This is the kind of relief that you get. Yeah.
Should they deduct after the net income? Deduct next to the net income, just like the PA.
No, this is not even. This is actually, if you have like this, this is kind of before you arrive at net income, because the net income is your gross income minus reliefs. Okay, net income is gross income minus relief. So that is basically coming after taking out this, because after the net income, then they will apply the PA. But this is even before that, they take out the pension contributions, the net pay arrangements, and then they calculate the PAE before operating the PAE system. This is clear.
So I should deduct it before the net income. Deduct from
Yeah,
the total
yeah,
income.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You will generally not have to deduct it because it will already be given in like that in the exam. So you will not be given a situation. Generally, you are not given those. We don't have those kind of problems
Okay.
where they are asking you to deduct it to arrive at the net income.
Okay.
But this is the idea. So there are only two types of pensions you need to worry about. This one, and the gift aid and the personal pension here. These are paid net of tax, and then you have to gross it up, okay, and then add and extend the basic rate bands and the higher rate bands, which you know for gift aid.
So the two types of pensions, they both need to be grossed up.
No. This is not grossed up. Occupational pensions are not grossed up.
Oh, only the personal.
They are basically grossed up in the sense that the gross amount is anyway deducted from the income. The gross amount is deducted. There is no net amount. So whatever gross amount you pay, that is being deducted.
Okay.
Okay.
So the occupational pension is not grossed up, but
Yeah.
the personal pension should
Yeah.
be. Okay. I got
Okay.
it.
Because the personal pension is deemed to be paid 20% net of 20% tax.
Okay.
Is this clear?
Clear.
Okay. So first question, I would say don't have to worry about all this detail. Okay.
Okay.
I think you're talking about the annual payments. This is coming from topic 1, I think.
Yes.
Am I right? Yeah, topic 1, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, I don't think you have to worry so much about this. This level of detail you don't need to go into.
Okay.
It's good that you're going into all this detail, that's good. But okay, let's look at your next question.
Okay. No,
Should we go to the next question?
Okay.
Anything else here?
no, nothing. We can go to the next question.
Okay. Treatments of capital items under
Oh.
cash basis for unincorporated business. Okay, Linda. Question number is 9.6, Linda. Linda already has a working in the exam. Now, what is your question? I think your question was on capital asset. Proceeds from the sale of a non-current assets are included in the trading profit calculation. Okay. So here, that's the information that is given here. See, capital receipts are treated as sale of non-current asset means it's a sale capital asset.
Yes.
Non-current asset means capital asset, which is fixed asset basically,
Okay.
right? So a non-current asset is capital asset. So in the case of cash basis, that's the information, the rule is already given here on the cash basis. Capital receipt is treated as trading income and capital expenditure is trading expense.
Mm-hmm.
So it is straight away included, as I said, that, as you said here also, the 350 is included, right?
Yes.
The answer is, yeah, add back.
Add back. Next one is the answer.
No, the answer is already here. This is the computation, and this is the answer, okay? So they have not added back because they have just, it's already included,
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
Proceeds of sale of non-current asset, that's why they're not adding back, they're just including it.
So only in this cash basis it could be shown in the add back. But if I use the GAAP, it should
Yeah.
be deducted.
It should be, proceeds from sale of sale will be added back.
Oh, added back.
Sorry, 1 minute.
GAAP.
Proceeds for sale of, one sec, sorry. Proceeds for sale of current account income. Yeah, so this will not be included, okay? So this will not be included. So this is income which is not belonging to the trading income,
Mm-hmm.
okay? So
Yes.
this will be proceeds from the sale of a non-current asset will not be included. So this will be deducted from the income,
Okay.
yeah?
Um.
You see how they have done it in the case of the Imran example. We discussed the Imran example in the class. So in the case of, the main idea is that in the case of accrual basis,
Mm-hmm.
the capital, so proceeds from sale of a non-current asset, it will not be allowed to be included in the income,
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
So you have to therefore strip it out, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. You have to strip it out from that income. So this one here, the income has gone up, so you will reduce that income because that will not be considered as part of the income.
But I remember from 2025 or 2026, we already changed the GAAP, or we already changed the accrual basis to the cash basis.
Yeah, that's true. But the problem here is for the purpose of the exam, as I mentioned this when I was teaching in the class as well, that although in actual practice a business owner right now is not using accruals basis. Most of them are going to be using cash basis, okay? But for the purpose of your exam, you have to learn both the methods. because they're most likely they are going to ask you about the accrual basis, because that is much more complicated. Do you
So
understand?
in this class test, we also need to handle the GAAP, the accrual basis.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Okay.
Now I made this very clear in the discussion of the topic itself,
Okay.
that although in practice most people are now using cash basis, okay?
Okay.
They can elect to use accrual basis, but why would you if you can just do cash basis? Much simpler,
Okay.
okay?
Mhm.
Then unless you're already a very large business and you already have accrual accounting going on, and then you just want to use that instead of separately doing cash basis, then you elect to use accruals.
Okay.
Is this clear?
Yes, clear.
But I already mentioned in the class for the first time I was covering it also that
Yes, I
you
remember.
have to be very clear about accruals basis.
Yes.
Because I told you that they are most likely going to ask you about accruals, because that is much more difficult.
Yes, yes.
So they will ask you the more difficult question,
Mhm.
right? So you have to be prepared for the more difficult question.
Okay.
Yeah, but your point is correct, that in actual fact, they don't need to use accruals
Okay. But
anymore.
we also need to handle it. Yes.
You have to handle it as a
Yes.
student, yeah,
Okay. Okay, I got it.
yeah.
And I have.
Is this the only one here? Is this the only question here? Or is there something
Yes,
more?
it's the only question
This
here.
is the only question here?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
I have another classes here. It's about the chart for child benefit for the
High income child benefit charge.
Yes.
Okay, it's not a priority item. I think we don't have to
Oh.
worry about it.
Okay.
I mean, it is part of your syllabus, but as we were saying, right, all of you are saying there's too much material.
Mhm.
I also agree there's too much material. Okay, so that's why we need to prioritize. So high income child benefit charge, I think I will say just treat it as a secondary importance.
Okay.
It's there in the slide, so it's technically part of your syllabus, but don't worry about it so much.
Okay.
Focus on the other items which are more important.
But in the slides, it says this charge only applies to taxpayers whose income in excess of 50,000. So it is not 60,000; it's 50,000 in tax year 25-26.
Now, the Melville is an older book, so we won't know what is in the Melville.
In Marvel, it's 60,000.
Melville is 60,000.
Yes, but in the slide, it's 50,000.
So we go by the slide, because if it is 50, that means what will happen is that, because the trend of UK tax is that it's becoming more and more harsh on individual taxpayers.
Oh,
So it makes sense that this year the figure has gone down to 50.
okay.
Maybe last year it was 60, now it's down to 50, because they're cracking down more and more. They are applying that surcharge to people with lesser and lesser income, which means it's becoming harder for individuals.
Okay, I got
The
it.
UK tax regime is becoming harder for individuals. It's consistent with that,
Okay.
because they want more money. The government wants more
Taxing
money.
more and more.
Yeah.
And I have the last question about the statutory valuation.
Statutory valuation rules
Yes.
for BIKs.
For ancillary services.
Huh?
Ancillary services, like the
Axilla?
this one. Ancillary services. This one.
Oh, ancillary services, yes. Yeah, what is the question?
So its valuation, its statutory valuation is it cannot exceed 10% of the employee's net earnings. Is this
Only for those employees who are provided with employment-related accommodation. Look at that condition there.
Yes.
There is a condition given there that it's not for everyone. It's not for 10% is not for everyone.
Only for
The 10% is only for
the
those who are provided with job-related accommodation,
job
I think.
related. Oh,
Or
yes.
it is, you just read the slide properly, its information is given in the slide.
Job related. Should this job related accommodation must be expensive or not?
No, it's there, we don't think about expensive. In the case of job-related accommodation, we don't have basically, you see that there is, let's look at the thing. It is employment income, so it's actually week 3. And then we should look at the Melville also for that. This is week, what? Week 3, yeah.
Mixed with
So benefit, okay, so let's look at this one. Maybe it's a further down. Maybe it's like 36. Okay. Now let's hear, where is the job related benefit? Do you remember the slide number? Okay, I'll find it here. This here, this one here. So here, just job related accommodation. See, for an employee, if their employee is provided job related accommodation, there is no taxable benefit, first of all, in relation to job related living accommodation. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one, there is all this expensive accommodation, all that doesn't apply. Okay, that's one, right? Second is, so this is how you figure out whether it's job related or not. This one for it, right? And if it's job related, then there is no benefit. Okay, no housing BIK. Now this one, ancillary services. Normally you just add it. Normally, if they spend, let's say, so the company has spent 6,000 on ancillary services, right? You would just add the 6,000 to the total of the BIK for normal people, okay? But if an employee is provided with living accommodation, okay, he's obviously taxed. This is the part that I mentioned earlier, that you just add the ancillary services, heating, lighting, cleaning, okay. But here's the qualification: if the accommodation is job related, okay, like if the guy is in job related accommodation, like the guard downstairs, who has to guard the building, so you notice that he is given accommodation in the building itself, right? Behind the keys and all, he has a place to stay. So that is job related accommodation. The taxable benefit for ancillary services can't exceed 10% of the employee's net earnings. Okay? And net earning is basically total employment income less the deductible expenses, etc. Again, I would say that this is again something I would say it's a little risky to say that, but I think you can treat this as a second priority piece of information. Yeah? Because normally we don't get questions on this, but of course it's part of the syllabus, so you need to know. But then you always have to prioritize, right? Now Haley has finished all the question banks. Now she has gone to.
I think it's not appear in the question bank. Just no questions
On this.
related about this.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's also an indication what I'm saying, that it's not a high priority item,
Yeah.
but you should be aware of this. So you need to also prioritize a little bit, because that'll help you to do well in the ones things that really matter.
Okay.
Is this clear?
Okay.
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 All clear?
No.
Shinran has a question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I wanted to ask this one. Asset loan for private use. It is showing
Asset loan?
loan for private use. It also says it is statutory valuation. So what is its threshold?
I didn't understand your question.
Because it is shown this one, the asset
Yeah, so
loan.
there is no threshold.
There's no threshold.
As long as it is loaned to you, if you got given a music system or furniture,
Yeah.
remember I told you to watch out for that language, that the company furnished the house for £5,000. When you see that kind of language, it means that they loaned furniture worth of 5,000 to the employee. Is this clear? So there's no threshold. There's going to be just a mention that they loaned the asset to the employee.
Oh, so we only use that figure and times 20%.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But also the question will be more complicated than that. The question usually will be, remember we did one question in the class? Huh?
Based on some time apportion.
Time apportionment plus what will happen is typically the most complicated question you can get is, well, they will say, okay, they loaned it to him for a few years. After that, he bought it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's an example in the book,
Yes.
and I have uploaded a separate video, you see. There was one where in the Friday class, okay, I think I was, I don't know what happened, I was I was not able to I was not able to explain it very well in the class. And so I made a separate video for them.
Oh, the balancing charge and balancing.
No, not that. There's a separate video, you'll see there's a separate video somewhere. I've added, okay? And by example, just look at the video lectures. Look at the list of the videos since we are here, we can actually check it as well. If you look at your student, you look at your tax lecture videos, all right? Look at your lecture videos. There'll be one thing that stands out. Student Q&A, miscellaneous questions. Maybe I put it there. This is where the balancing charge discussion I had with you, right? Asset on loan BIK, yeah, this one. This is the one where I think I didn't explain it very well. So just watch this video,
Okay.
all right? That will clarify. There's a big example there.
Okay.
So the question will be more complicated. So they'll basically loan it to the employee for a few years. He'll going to use it, and then after that, he will buy the asset from the company. So then you have to find out the BIK. So there are rules given for that also in your topic 3 slides, right?
Okay.
Under BIK. So these are all statutory valuation rules.
Okay. And I see on the tax table there's the one benefit and the one few benefit are not shown in that tax table. So should we remember this? And
Sorry, come again?
the one benefit and the one
What benefit? One.
the truck one V8
Oh,
and
van.
Yes.
Yeah.
Should we remember the figure by our
Again, I would say second priority.
Second
priority.
Okay. Okay, so all question. Okay. I
Okay,
have finished.
all done?
Yeah, all done.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, Shinran can.
是我可以说那个卡车汽车的那个 one benefit 就不考呗，不考，我就说你今天不看。我也想问这个。
Yeah. Okay.
就是我们俩好奇的那个10月涨工资那个，你还记得吗？10月涨工资。
Yeah, the first question is
Which one? Which question is this?
16, part 8.
Question 15. Okay, let's.
16.
Question 16.
Yeah.
Okay, let's open your question bank. Maybe we should open somewhere here. Maybe. Question. Let's open the question bank.
这个我问过了，这个我问过他了。就是默认为涨薪。他就是默认就是。
Question 15.
1号才涨，对才涨，这是个语言错误，不用管它，他到时候。
Oh, I get it.
You got it?
You get it.
We have asked the question.
You did about the
Several
pay
weeks
rise.
ago.
About
The
the?
question I sent with Hazel together,
One minute.
and
It's
she
about
asked
the-
you, and we just
language,
tell
the English language and the Chinese language.
Yeah,
About the time,
yeah.
October 31st.
We sent the question, and she asked you, and we just tell.
Okay. So you already know that. Okay.
Yeah, I already. And
Okay.
second one is can we use abbreviations in the exam like BIK?
Yeah.
Oh,
You can
okay.
use that. Yeah.
And if the result is a decimal, do we need to round it?
Yeah, you can just round it. Decimal is not
Ah,
required.
okay.
Unless the question actually says you have to use decimals. If the question says calculate to 2 decimal points, then of course you have to calculate it.
Oh,
Otherwise, you can just round it.
okay.
Yeah.
And I just want to make sure the PSA should if there's a gift donation and it extend the BRT and HRT, so we should when calculate the PSA we should compare it with the
Extended. That's what I clarified today.
Ah,
So I need to clarify. I need to correct these notes here. Actually,
等会儿
I need to correct these notes, and I need to correct the topic. Oh no, this is actually. This is falling. So what was the topic?
topic 1.
PSA, right?
Yeah.
So it's topic 1, right? Topic 1. So I need to correct the notes actually.
对啊
So there's a.
对我就是确认一下
So let me just go down. I think it was at the end. Yeah. Now here, this information I gave was actually, I would say, now this is not clear because I'm getting conflicting guidance here actually. So let me just, but let me just write it now. I think we should actually say that. PSA allowance, let's say by taxable income compared to the extended to the we should change this language to the adjusted rate bands, okay?
Yeah.
Adjusted bands due to gift aid or pension. Adjustment of the okay, so the determining the tax rate, okay, so we don't need to look at this, and that means we have to now this also I will change this right, taxes compared to the adjusted rate bands, okay, or extended. Adjusted, or better to use the word extended, extended rate bands. Yeah, that's a good point. Unfortunately, we are not getting clarity. I need to read the legislation and the HMRC manuals, but now I'm pretty sure this is the rule.
every year when you have these classes, you should read all the rules and change the rate. Wow.
I have to, yeah, so one has to read the rules and see. Yeah, so this is, we say, listen, whenever you're getting a tax relief and then in the guess, it's not gifted, actually it's gift aid. Yeah, that's fine, this is fine. So this, I just needed to clarify this, so I just deleted the old one, okay? So it's the taxable income, you compare it to the extended bands due to gift to the, not to the original bands, not to the standard bands. So we should write this as not to the standard upper limits of 37.7K and 125.14K. Is this clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm now just clarifying this guidance, okay? So anything else?
Is there any previous class test paper we can find?
A previous class test paper, yeah, I think I can share that. Yeah, 1 minute. Let me go to previous year's text, previous year's question papers.
This is for the
Final exam, okay? Let me do the class test, okay? Let me find the class test. Let me go to Doofy. SEM 2 24-25. SEM 2 24-25 tax. FE we already added, okay, contents. Tax. ACCA F-6 class test 3rd April 25. Okay, let me first see here what it is actually. So let me just make sure that I'm not uploading. Okay, here. So let me go to Doofy here. Then it is SEM 2 24-25 tax, and this is the class test, right? So this is yeah, it's just a 5-pager, and yeah, this is a class test. Yeah. Okay. 可以.
Oh,
Okay.
you can speak Chinese.
No, just one word. Okay, now previous year's question paper. Okay, let's add this one. Okay, let's add this one. Oops, not a Word document. Not a Word document. No. Student question mark previous year's question papers. 24-25 tax class test. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's add this one. Then let's add the other one also. Good question. Let's add the other one also and see if I can go to Doofy sub to 23-24. 23-24. Tax. Do we have class test here? Should be here. Revision pack will come. Why is the class test not here? Yes.
Bye bye.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just hold on 1 sec. One second. This class test March to answer C. I will, this one, I think I'll upload this also, okay? Just one sec, okay? So I'll upload that, don't worry, okay? I'll just check it and upload it. Yeah, so any other question?
No.
Okay, all done. Okay, so let me just close the recording here, okay? So we have, okay, so we have already been discussing for